Mama, oh Menale, Nimo Butobia Marga, Ebonadi FM 103.5 Ogidi, as I'm not drawing qua, as I'm as low, Radiate Mano, it will radio get 103.5 Ogidi, Ebonadi FM, Kinumi Chara, Obrigado Boy, Mikagani, power.
It's the morning drive on 103.5 EBEONADI FM. We blend culture and entertainment.
Good morning once again and welcome to EBEONADI, the 103.5 FM. Today, the 16th day of October 2024. Today is Wednesday and the time is 2 minutes past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on EBEONADI, 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us. You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on EBEONADI, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on The Guardian, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, The Nation, This Day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 65 79 65 99. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Lagos Red Line Rails begins operations to move 500,000 passengers daily. World Food Day, inflation, wearing Nigerians begging, borrowing for survival. 3 policemen dismissed for killing para-police students. Abbas plays 10,000 naira monthly upkeep for pensioners. Alapere pedestrian bridge reopens after repairs. World Bank, African Development Bank move to boost renewable energy in Africa. Power Minister denies multiple grid collapses, blames minor trip-offs. Castena Laws Foundation for investing $2 million in agri health sectors. your policies punishing Nigerians. Professional bodies tell Tinubu no new taxes. FIRS allays fears over reforms. Court restrains VDM. Orders from defaming Falana. Apologize to Nigeria. Senate tells Libya government. Insecurity. Federal government launches school protection squad in Ekiti. Court backed Rivers lawmakers declare seat of 4 members vacant. NJC won't spare non-performing judges. CJN warns. Kiamo urges airlines to serve local dishes to passengers. Divided ECOWAS, a fresh hurdle for continental free trade agenda. Chidinma trial stalled due to absence of defense counsel. FCT residents demand security to end kidnapping, robbery. Others. Police arrest 3 for motorcycle robbery in Owode, Oba. 2 internet fraudsters sentenced in Ilorin as BDC operator gets community service. 4 burnt beyond recognition in Olodia Papa fire incident. 93% of Nigerians depend on traditional medicine to survive. Ogun government contests NFIU's financial guidelines. Nigerians will continue to wallow in pains, says Delta government. Court sentences teenager to 5 years imprisonment for sexual assault. Tinubu reaffirms commitment to women's empowerment. Gunmen kill 5 persons in Plateau community. 1.2 billion naira insufficient to fix collapsed Borno Dam. Abia launches house-to-house waste collection to improve sanitation. IHS tasked to renovate vandalized NCC park in Kanu. Group donates cash gift to female students for examination fees. NUJ condemns alleged invasion of Enugu radio station by EFCC officials. Detained filmmaker, Imo Commissioner of Police orders investigation into misconduct by officers. Foreign investors extend outreach to Lagos communities. Again, federal government set up committee to renegotiate 2009 agreement with ASU. Nigeria needs to remove opportunities for corruption, says Abba. Foundation tax kingmakers on credible successor to Owa Obokun stool. Imo exempts self from court order barring VIOs from impounding, collecting fines. Imo exempts self from court order barring VIOs from impounding, collecting fines. Fate of October 24 NEC meeting hanging as PDP resolves crisis. Family announces burial arrangements for late Pa Andrew Iwo. Varsity students are set for business leadership challenge. Seminar stresses need for cyber awareness among students. Uncontrolled mining activities causing ecological disasters in Ogun. Governor Abiodun Naseni awards 70.5 million naira grant to 6 female engineers under Delha initiative. Naseni awards 70.5 million naira grant to 6 female engineers under Delha initiative. NGO to train 2,000 para youths in artificial intelligence entrepreneurship. Governor Aliyu calls for investment in Sokoto's onion processing factory. Assembly passes bill renaming Oyo Poly to Michael Adeniyi Kolosho Poly. Plateau military vows to deal decisively with Boko's bandits. Lagos Red Line Rail begins commercial operations. Red Cross sounds alarm over Nigeria child malnutrition. Police arrest 10,852 in 3 months. Court restrains BDM orders from defaming Falana. Reps to ensure accessibility of public building to people with disabilities. Foundation urges federal government to prioritize girl child education empowerment, reduce number of agencies issuing building permits. Fashola tells Sanwo-Olu. Libyan envoy to appear before reps over Super Eagles maltreatment. Police bust motorcycle snatching syndicate in Ogun. Incessant grade collapses and embarrassment to Nigeria FCT residents. Sokoto RAAMP inspects 9.3 billion naira access road projects under construction. Killers of 5-year-old Hanifa move to Upton death sentence in Kanu. Ambassador Adeniran, a positive move towards human capital development in Africa. Governor Umoeno urges unity at a first meeting with elected council chairpersons. Nigerians earning over 100 million naira may pay 25% tax if new bill is passed. AMMC gives AEPB 48-hour ultimatum to clean up Abuja. Adebogun hails Tinubu over National Youth Confab, other youth-focused programs, robotics, makeup, beekeeping. Others make new basic school curriculum. This is the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Bayelsa seeks federal government partnership on Age, Seaport, Blue Economy. Niger Delta Development Commission flags off distribution of U-lesson tablets to 17 schools in Bayelsa. Rivers Health Insurance Scheme covers 70% of 23 local government areas. Fubara. Students seek federal government intervention over poor immigration visa protocols in Russia. Delta will comply with new National Anthem Act (DG). We encountered gutters not distilled for 36 years in Omahia Agency. Vice President Chetima championing Nigeria's future through HCD. Nigeria's First Lady, Niger First Lady, Esu Nupe, reiterates commitment to girl child education. Police arrest bandits, neutralize 3 kidnappers in Niger. Police arrest, we've taken this. Court jail Brew the Churned operator. 2 others for fraud in Kwara. Hardship. Aisha Gambo tax Nigerians on charity. UBEC inaugurates Research Management Committee. BSIEC boss commends electorate for peaceful conduct of election. Imo set for FSLC examination 1 year after. Nigeria's wealthy evade taxes amid rising inequality. Oxfam report. Inflation ends 2 months decline, hits 32.70% on petrol price hike. Nigerians plunging purchasing power worrisome. CPPE after 2 collapses. National Grid recovering. TCN. Man calls for urgent reforms to boost domestic products competitiveness. Standard Organization adopts 88 international standards to drive CNG initiatives. Customs. AFCFTA collaborates on addressing challenges of intra-Africa trade. MTN Foundation revamps 7 laboratories in Gombe Science School. Abia government begins agri loan disbursement to 302 youths. Health Insurance Group policyholders get 5.7 billion naira claims in 2 years. 99% of richest Nigerians dodge tax while millions go hungry. Report. That's the much we can take from the Leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning. From the Leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to the Vanguard newspaper. Ondo Guba, PDP will take over state. Damagun, Adeleke, others. Nigeria's foreign reserve rose to 39 billion naira in October. Kadoso. Nigeria's foreign reserves rose to $39 billion in October. Kadoso. Nigeria's 121.67 trillion naira debt worrisome. Afe Babalola. Customs seizes 4 containers of 1.2 billion naira illicit drugs in Lagos. Super Eagles Libyan horror show. Highest authority ordered diversion of flight pilot. I will dualize Akumba Road construction. Overhead bridge, Ayedatiwa. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Sari Igamu collapsed building. Lagos demolishes distressed structures. Rivers Assembly crisis. Amowele faction declares a pro-Fubara lawmaker seat vacant. Rivers elections. Why we withdrew policemen. Inspector General of Police Ebetokun. PDP crisis. Governors nullify suspensions. Order return to status quo. PDP governors call for ceasefire in party crisis. Lift suspensions. Ondo Guba. PDP will take over state. Damagun. Adeleke. Others. Why in Nigeria, Libya march won't hold CAF. Recurring grid collapse in national shame. P2B. Naira appreciates to 1,680 naira per dollar in parallel market. Nigeria's inflation rate rises to 32.7%. Oxfam warns of worsening inequality as 99% wealthy Nigerians evade tax. 5 popular beliefs about CNG cars that are not true. 3-story building collapses in Lagos. 3 dead, 3 injured as oil tanker crashes into vehicles in Lagos as economic hardship bites. Superstores lose patronage. That's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Labour Party kicks as Soludo rejects absolute local government autonomy. Abia Assembly joins advocacy for mental health care. Nasarawa, Ogun challenge NFIU cash withdrawal limit at Supreme Court. ICYMI order to divert Super Eagles flight came from Libya's highest authorities. Pilot. UK did not endorse Yoruba Nation petition. Federal government. NAFDAC urges vigilance counterfeit drugs. Kwankwaso mom as Kanu NMPP Festas SSG suspended. Rivers crisis, a litmus test for local government autonomy. Stakeholders urge united effort to tackle Nigerians' malnutrition crisis. Oyedepo defense leadership retirements urges critics to mind themselves. Yayale Ahmed heads federal government ASU negotiation team. Sokoto begins rice sale at discounted price. Oyo Labour begin minimum wage adjustment negotiations tomorrow. Engineers blame maintenance culture for Meduguri flood. PTDF screens 887 for scholarship scheme. Group partners NOA on information access. National Assembly condemns Eagles maltreatment in Libya, demands apology. ASUP decries MBTE interference, insists on strike. Reps seek increased budgetary allocations to FEMA. OT revamps public procurement bureau. We obeyed NUC guidelines, Alvan Ikoku Varsity insists. Reps restate commitment to quality education. Leadership crisis rocks Asmata. Top officials clash over IGR. Minister laments poor funding of women ministry. Kanu promotes 20,542 teaching staff to repair vandalized digital park. Zwingina for burial October 22nd. Inequality. ITUC 6 IMF World Bank reform. Abia to domesticate elderly pensions law. APC undecided as pledge to hold local government rerun Saturday. PDP crisis. Damagun gets reprieve. Leads Ondo campaign. Igbo leader insists on evacuation of corpses from mortuaries. Reps seek increased budget for senior citizens center. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. FIRS allays fears over tax reforms. Ondo 2024, INEC releases voters register to political parties. Ondo 2024, stay away from voting arena. People without PVC warned. Ondo 2024, police ready for election, says IGP. Ondo 2024, INEC vows to end voter apathy. I'm next governor. Our target is to win all 18 councils, says APC. 10,852 suspects arrested in 4 months, says Inspector General of Police. Police dismiss 3 over murder of police student in Kwara. No room for indolence. Chief Justice of Nigeria warns judges. PDP governors lift suspension of National Working Committee members, says crisis over. UK didn't endorse Yoruba Nation's petition, says High Commissioner. UK didn't endorse Yoruba Nation's petition, says High Commission. Alleged forgery, absence of judge, stalls trials of ex-NR SALMD. Senator accuses colleagues of drug use. Ribadu names China Day director of newly created State Liaison Directorate. Economy in upward swing, very promising, says Kadoso. Lagos red rail line from Oyimbo to Abado takes off. That's still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Still on the Nation's newspaper this morning, councils can't be autonomous, says Soludo. Federal government scales up social investment program to 20 million Nigerians. How economy is making progress under Tinubu by Reno or Mokri. Rivers Assembly declares seat of Ehi Oko Jumbo vacant. Rivers Assembly declares seat of Ehi Oko Jumbo vacant. You have no power to declare our seats vacant. It was narrow escape in Libya. Pilot who flew Eagles revealed. Abiodun, uncontrolled mining causing ecological disasters in Ogun. Ogun government not challenging constitutionality of EFCC at Supreme Court. NFIU to criminalize date hoarding by ministries, department, agencies. Shetima charges NSIA board to diversify portfolio. NUPRC disburses 200 billion naira to host communities projects. Tinubu reaffirms commitment to women's empowerment. Excitement as Sanwo-Olu launches Red Rail Line commercial operation. Oko Jumbo to Amolu, 24 others. You have no power to declare our seats vacant. Kadosu, confident of hitting $1 trillion economy by 2030. Drama as senator with taking this. NJC will not spare non-performing judges, says CJN. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 6579 6599. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning, from the Nation newspaper, we flip over to the Daily Post newspaper. Abia needs conventional university. Ex-lawmaker Uzosike falls deputy speaker Kalo. Mind your business. Bishop Oyedepo knocks Nigerians over Abioye and removes retirement. Ekiti government laments cultism, cyber crimes in high institutions. Police take over Benue's sealed school. Ondo Gubapol, Makinde, fond of making unfounded allegations. INEC. Ondo 2024, be neutral in your dealings with candidates, political parties, Makinde tells INEC. EFCC speaks on evasion of radio station in Enugu. Pro-Fubara lawmakers insist on vacant seats of Amuele. Others. Oshomule rejects establishment of Nigerian Coast Guard. Nigeria not broke, but suffering revenue leakages. Committee on Fiscal Policy. Uncontrolled mining activities causing ecological disaster in Ogun. Governor Abiodun, journalists, call on NMPCL to establish infrastructures in Cross River. And that's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to This Day newspaper. After monetary relief, inflation hits 32.70% amid higher food, energy prices. CJN laments number of pending cases, threatens a sack of non-performing judges. Shell's $1.3 billion oil asset sale not in waiting room as federal government rejects Renaissance bid. Adelabu claims Nigerians no longer need petrol for electricity on improved nationwide power supply. Still on the stories making the headlines on This Day newspaper this morning. Tax reforms. FIRS boss in Senate allays investors' fears. Edun gives account of increased oil revenues spending from subsidy removal. Oyedele, Nigeria not broke, only suffering revenue leakages. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on This Day newspaper. Please stay with us.
Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Nabakoa Production.
My business.
When I was telling the AGJ radio drama, Emiko. AGJ radio drama, Emiko, Ghana Dialogue every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. with a repeat broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, EBEONADI 103.5 FM.
If you move and finish your business,
Amara mi rewa di amo. Kuma kuna kana turu na ma ko na ni ko na yi. Nke ka ku ja wona ala ma mu ko na ya ma o le si.
Ekokwana ka call dinka call. Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at EBEONADI 103.5 FM. It's Martin Ifeanyi Chukwu is here every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to EBEONADI 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Every Monday and Saturday, what are your political views? Keep a date. How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on EBEONADI FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be.
Government.
Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community. Street report here with hardcore journalists to get to the root of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifeanyi as our number the first every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on EBEONADI 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds
in your face.
On EBEONADI 24/7, 24/7.
Hello Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. Friday is the most favorable day of the week. So hook up with DJ Easy every Friday by 9 p.m. on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. This is a program where we bring on to you entertainment and the best of fun and also give you the privilege to make some music requests. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Don't miss this every Friday night by 9 p.m. with DJ Easy on EBEONADI 103.5 FM.
Hello Friday.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08065796599. We are on to this day newspaper. Okonjo-Iweala, WTO members need to remain constructive to achieve outcomes. World Bank, ending extreme poverty by 2030 no longer possible. Edun gives account of increased oil revenues spending from subsidy removal. Champion Brewers to address free float deficiency by issuing new shares. Champion Brewers to address free float deficiency by issuing new shares. Lagos State government commends AXA Massad for fighting against climate change. Onifade expresses satisfaction over health insurance impact on sector. Coca-Cola launches Woza flavor in Rivers. 11 banks customers deposit cost up 148% to 3.27 trillion naira on MPR hike. Sokoto government inaugurates committee on subsidized food items. Armored Insurance to honor Lagos State Governor with special award. CFA Nigeria, FMDQ, Nest, equip EXU students with investment skills. Shell's $1.3 billion oil assets sale not in waiting room as federal government rejects Renaissance bid. Nigeria's inflation increases to 32.70%. Shetima's bipartisan take on Mba's efforts in Enugu. As stakeholders go for the soul of PDP, you should help your friends. Rivers, an emperor's road to Harakiri. EFCC versus Bello, the facts, errors, way forward. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Nigeria spent 10 trillion naira subsidizing petrol exchange rates by 2022. World Bank, NESG, we must prioritize economic diversification to move forward. Tinubu, UNICEF organizes capacity workshop for Sokoto, Zamfara, Kebbi, civil society organizations, media. Senate President's Office debunks viral video. Ogun Governor Abiodun approves 77,000 naira minimum wage. NADDC presents electric vehicle to winner of a CNG hybrid design competition. How petrol smugglers made 17 million naira per truck under subsidy regime. NMPCL boss. Scouts Association protest threatens legal action against imposters. Nigeria spent, we've taken this. Why USA celebrates Columbus Day every second Monday in October. Palomo Barracks under reconstruction, not sold. Police. Ex-Edo Deputy Governor Pius Udugu has 24-man APC Transition Committee. Heavy rainfall, FCT, Oyo, Oshun, 21 others may experience PDP crisis since Wike lost primaries in 2022 to Atiku. He has not been able to get over it. Momodu. Hypertension. Nigeria Health Commissioners launch a project for screening of 10 million people. Para Senator Mustafa 4-day medical outreach for rural communities. Niger, Subeb, UNICEF, HIWA advocates girl child education. That's the take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-6579-6599. We now flip over to our WhatsApp portal. From our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have a message coming from Agonabo. He's joining us from Ofa, Agnuzibo, and he says, killing saga, federal government have to do something about it and tackling it than to allow it escalate, unless if they have hands in it. In Nigeria, before they will tackle any situation, they will first allow it escalate into wars. Nigeria is a country where kidnapping and terrorists and the Fulani militia are killing people as they like and go scot-free. Hardship saga. Continuous allowance of hardship in our country is barbaric, and the letters written by Sunday Igboho to UK, and the rejection is not a welcome development to a well-meaningful Nigeria, but a bad omen. Well, we are watching as things unfold. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Agonabo from Ofa Agudozibo. Still on our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Chinedu Oneka, pastor, and he says, the newly added school curriculum in the school is a welcome development. I therefore urge every student to take the advantage of it and become useful to themselves after graduation. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Honorable Chinedu Oneka, pastor. From our WhatsApp portal, we'll flip over to our SMS portal. We have this message. It's coming from Ogochuku Ifechuku, and she says, we Nigerians are waiting for our president to open up and say something about the River State crisis between Fubara and Wike. Fuel subsidy removal have caused a lot of problem in Nigeria. Ogochuku Ifechuku, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Well, with that message from Ogochukwu Ifechukwu, this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock, so keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM once it's 8:20 this morning. We'll be back with Bed the Splash. Till we meet again, I am Martin. Have a wonderful morning.
EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Nabakowa production.
My business.
When I will tell you AJ radio drama, Emiko. Radio Drama, every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. with broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, EBEONADI 103.5 FM.
If you move by finish of
Amara mi rewa di amo, como kuna kanu na na ko na ni ko na ye. Nke ka ku ke wona na ma wu kuna ye mo le.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at EBEONADI 103.5 FM with Martin Ifanju every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to EBEONADI 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on EBEONADI FM, who will, as the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be? Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community, Street report is here with hardcore journalists to get to the root of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanju, ECSR number 4, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on EBEONADI 103.5 FM as Street reports unfolds
in your face.
On Martin EBEONADI
24/7, 24/7.
Thank God it's Friday. Friday, the most favorable day of the week. So hook up with DJ East every Friday by 9 p.m. on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. This is a program where we bring on to you entertainment and the best of fun, and also give you the privilege to make some music requests. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Don't miss this every Friday night by 9 p.m. with DJ East on EBEONADI 103.5 FM of the
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Thank you. You're welcome. Lala.